It's me, Veronica Drake. I am super excited to be back in the saddle, to be doing these divine downloads, and I've missed saying this. I'll put my professor glasses on. One size does not fit all. Maybe this divine download screams you, or maybe it doesn't. I don't know, but here's what I do know. Spirit will speak to you and you will hear it in the exact moment that you're meant to hear it. So while this message may come through as kind of generic, maybe you won't relate to it until, boom, you do. And I promise you, these messages have relevance when you start looking for it. Now, I want to tell you, have an open mind, and I want you to listen to this a couple of times, passively and actively. So what do I mean? Passively, maybe you're washing the dishes, maybe you're sending an email, but you've got it going on in the background. Actively means you're doing this. You're hyper-focused on just the message. Why? Because the brain picks up different things when you're listening differently. And so if you want to get the most out of these messages, listen a couple, maybe 3 or 4 times, and see what you get. So this message is for anyone who's open to receiving it. And here we go. This week will start out bumpy when it comes to relationship situations. It's going to be full of turbulence and misunderstanding. Yes, I said it. You may be feeling misunderstood. Maybe you're feeling undervalued. Maybe you're feeling like, oh, they're taking advantage of me. Maybe you'll have the doormat feeling going on. And you will also find yourself perceiving a lack of trust. Who can you trust? Who betrayed you? Communication this week with others is going to be extremely stressful. What feels out of balance is. Now, that sounds kind of ominous, right? Like, who needs that? However, the next part of this message is, this is all necessary in order for you to give yourself the attention that you need, as opposed to giving it to others. This is the week to highlight your own development and your own wins. Take time to dive into you. When you're feeling like people need to stay over there or they need to be back, that's because your soul is telling you it's all about you. Pay attention. Take time, dive in. Other people are playing a role in your self-development. They're simply showing you where your highest and greatest potential is waiting. Now, if the theme of the week, if there were a theme of the week, it would be self-love. Love in any form starts with yourself. As the week progresses, maybe midweek, you're going to have that feeling. It's going to be more pronounced. You're going to feel trapped. You're going to feel like everything has you wrapped up. The result of this thinking is going to create overwhelm. You are probably going to experience the feeling like there's no way out. We're here to tell you the only way out is through. And what they're talking about, people, is the truth of the situation that you feel trapped in is only coming from your own thoughts and feelings. It's no one else holding you captive. They may be playing a role in this, but really listen to these words. It's your thoughts and feelings that are keeping you in bondage. You might want to pause this message and listen to this or replay that part 6 or 7 times because that's a big learning lesson. This is fear. That's the only way to put it. If you're stuck and you're not feeling that freedom and that expansive feeling, it comes from fear, and your thoughts are keeping you there. If you can see that and really embrace that and understand that, you're going to have many, many, many aha moments, many revelations that are going to take you down the path that you've not currently seen, right? So stop overthinking things. Look at your negative patterns. Look at your limiting beliefs. And if you're somebody that denies things, or maybe you're used to blaming other people, this may be a little bit tricky for you, but I promise you, the lessons come from within, and they are your lessons. The more you think about the situation where you are bound up, the more you think about it, it's like a hamster on a wheel. You're going to go over and over and over. It's time to get out of your head. And one of the exercises that they've given me to share with you is write the situation out. Write it out on a piece of paper and write the positives that are from the situation and write the negatives from the situation. Only from your perspective as they pertain to you. Nobody else plays a role in this. This is all about you. Now it's time to create action. You've been shown where you're stuck. You know what you're attached to. It's time to let actions come to you. This is where you look at your list, you go silent, and you look at the negative and you see, what is it that needs to happen to turn it to the positive? Step outside of your comfort zone. You're never going to get the same answers, you're always going to get the same answers when you stay in your comfort zone. It's outside of the comfort zone that the answers are just unfolding and revealing themselves. It's going to take courage. And if you're somebody that doesn't have courage, or you don't feel very courageous, write the word courage down on a piece of paper right in the center, circle it, and just let your mind show you all of the words that support how courage shows up in your life. You're a supporter of people. You have quit your job. Whatever it is that you've done in the past that you've not acknowledged that's been courageous, I'm going to tell you something. Spirit said, and this is a quote, she will understand exactly how courageous she is as she writes it out. Let your intuition be your guide. Now, these divine downloads are meant to be helpful. As I said in the beginning, what you deem as helpful, what you take away, is completely up to you. Now, for those of you that don't know me, I am a teacher at heart. I keep things simple, and freedom is my number one value. So, I want to teach everyone that's drawn to me how to raise their vibration and how to work the law of attraction in their lives. The law of attraction, we know it, we've heard of it, we're all like, and ahhing. I want to make it practical, and I want to show you examples of how I've made it work in my own life. And this will be the May bonus. Anybody who purchases a reading in May, you won't get to schedule in May. If you purchase in May, you are automatically added to my masterclass, The Law of Attraction. And I'm going to tell you, I teach things differently. If you've never taken a class of mine, I'm going to tell you, I'm a little bit different because I don't go looking for my answers on the internet. I don't Google to make the curriculum. Spirit downloads it to me, and I teach from what Spirit gives to me. So I hope that this was helpful. Let me know. Can you relate to this week's message? All right, guys. I love you, and I'll see you in my schedule and in my class.